That's right.
That's a universal, eternal truth. And it's partly because all of us die. It's partly not because you die and I die, but also because every single person we know, our whole culture, everything we know will die.
Yeah.
So the apocalypse is always there, and sometimes that happens dramatically, and sometimes it happens incrementally, but it happens. And so we're always facing apocalyptic crises.
Yeah.
Because of that, and then you say, well, in spite of that, you can have a form of government that's not a tyranny. Well, not if you use the fear of the apocalyptic crisis to compel and to aggregate power. And so any leader who tells you that the crisis is so intense that it necessitates emergency compulsion, that's a tyrant.
That's exactly right.
And then there's another corollary to that, which is, imagine you're tyrannical and you are genuinely frightened by this crisis. Then I would say your nervous system has indicated by the paralysis of your fear that you're too small a knight for that dragon. Right, and so you shouldn't be parading yourself around as a leader. It's like, no, you're a frightened tyrant. You're not a leader. And we can tell you're not a leader because you're a frightened tyrant. Right. If you were a leader, even in the face of a crisis, you would keep your head.
That's right.
And you wouldn't use compulsion.
That's right.
Right. So all these apocalyptic nightmare mongers who are saying, well, we're going to burn up the planet. It's like, yeah, that and 10 other apocalypses, by the way. That doesn't mean you get to centralize all the power and take it for yourself and use compulsion. And this, like, I really started to understand that as far as I was concerned, I was at war when I saw that the leftist, radical, narcissistic, malignant types were willing to sacrifice the poor to their climate scam.
That's right.
Right. So, well, let's crank up energy prices. Well, why? Well, because renewables, because climate. It's like, do you know who you're going to hurt with high energy costs? You're going to destroy the marginal, right? Because all you have to do is energy and food. There's no bloody difference. Those people are barely clinging on to the edge of reality. You crank up energy prices 10%, you wipe out like 20 million people.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's okay, sir, because, you know, there are too many people on the planet anyways. It's like, yeah, I know who's speaking in that voice.
Yeah, exactly.
You bet, right? The great cosmic joker. Yeah, there's too many people on the planet.
Yeah.
I watch people actually say that. I think, do you know who's speaking out of your mouth? God, stunning.
So you know what the great narrative is for a better future. He says it explicitly. This is closer to the end of the book. He, in one paragraph, says what the great narrative is after he makes his case with, you saw the punchline is centralization of power, transformation of the universe, or whatever. The great narrative is we face multiple existential crises, climate change, pandemics. Exactly. The four horsemen. We face multiple existential crises, the poly crisis, they call it now.
Yeah.
Therefore, we need greater global cooperation, which of course is going to have to be managed by a system of stakeholders.
Well, the Chinese are wandering down that road real fast.
Yeah.
700 million CCTVs, right? And gate recognition. Oh, such fun, right?
Smile for the government. I saw a video that it showed the guy scan his face to go through the gate, and it didn't let him. It didn't open, and it said in Chinese. It says, I don't read Chinese, but it was translated. Smile for. So I assume it's true. Smile for the government, and he smiled, and it opened. Could you imagine?
Yes.
Well,
yes, I've been in airports. I can imagine.
Yeah. Yes, of course.
I hate
in
airports.
my pocket now is my passport from the last time I went to China. I keep a little slip of paper they gave after they took all of my fingerprints, my handprints, and scanned my eyes just to go through immigration. The last time I went to Beijing in 2019. So I carry it's completely faded. You know, it's a heat transfer.
Soon the drone is coming your way, buddy.
Exactly.
Yeah, the gate recognition drone. Nice poison dart for you.
Yeah, exactly. This is very scary. But that's it. There's
Skynet.
your tyrant, though.
We're building the good Skynet.